Senzenina,
senzenina, senzenina, senzenina, senzenina, senzenina, senzenina, senzenina, senzenina, senzenina, senzenina, senzenina, senzenina, senzenina, senzenina, sohlangana ezulwini.
Oh, hey, that's one. That's one. What is that number again? 198 or
194.
What are you doing now?
I'm filming.
Are you videoing?
Yeah. You need to get used to it, no?
Yeah.
I'll be following you around the entire week just with my camera.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Tutuzela Care Center is a center where we turn victims of domestic violence into survivors. Everything is done here at the TCC. She comes in here. She can come on her own without being brought by the police. So when she comes here or he comes here, we're gonna do our part of medical part, whereby we will be examining for any physical injuries. We will examine the gynecological part. After the collection of evidence, we do the testing for HIV/AIDS. We do a TB screening. We test urine. We test for urine for pregnancy. After examination and after giving medication to the client, we give her this comfort pack. In this comfort pack, there is a washing rag, a panty, a toothbrush, and a toothpaste, and the soap. The oldest that I have seen, it's 89 years. The thugs broke into her house, and then they raped her throughout the night. Then in the morning, the neighbors, when they didn't see her coming out, then they went to check, only to find that this is what happened.
And what's the youngest patient you've had?
The youngest one, ever since I worked here, 4 months. This baby boy was molested by a family member, and then he was crying, and then the nanny went to check, found out that something is wrong. Victims are not treated as emergency department. So now that there was that delay of collecting evidence and that waiting period, and the shortage of doctors to do that collection of evidence, then the Department of Health came with forensic nursing.
Do you remember the first time you testified in court?
I remember.
You do? How did you feel?
So, the night before, I couldn't sleep. Going to court not knowing what you have written in that year, 3 years back or a year back, really it was very, very tough for me. This is Sister Mabel, Her name is Mabel Kini Katazi. She's a forensic nurse also. We are the only 2 forensic nurses practicing now for the district of Lejoliputswa, Goldfields.
How long have you been working together?
10 years.
10 years.
For 10 years, solid 10 years.
In this center?
Yes.
I saw a 3-year-old girl who was anally penetrated, and that child had severe injuries, had severe tears. The child was in pain, and then the mother was crying, and I understand that the perpetrator, the suspect, it was a neighbor. Then it wasn't very nice for us.
Is that the girl that came?
Yeah, the girl which came yesterday. Because of the tears around the anus, and then took the patient to a casualty department for further management.
Are you still shooting? Yeah, sure.
Today we are going to one of the clinic, this Red Park clinic, whereby we're gonna do a community awareness program there, and then our aim is to go and make awareness, give awareness to the community of that area that we have the Tutuzela, and where are we, and then what do we do. Most of the people in town, in Velkom, they don't know where we are. We are going around in all the clinics, the churches, the crèche, the schools, né? Informing them that where we are working 24 hours. Né? You can come to the clinic on your own. Even if you don't go to report to the police, we will call the police for you. The police that are here, they work in the police as victim empowerment officers. So their task is that if the victim comes to the police station, if they are not there, let's say it's after hours or on weekend or holiday, they are called in. They accompany the victim to Trisisi, and then they hand over to the nurses.
I was referred to her by my mom because she's also a nurse. So, and she couldn't get through to me because I wasn't telling anybody what actually happened. I was supposed to go and do an assignment at one of my friends' house, and unfortunately it's a guy, so I usually trust guys more because I was a tomboy when I grew up. So we went there and then a lecturer came along to help us, and then the lecturer had an emergency call, and the guy actually stayed with me, and he told me, okay, let's leave our books a bit and take a break. Whilst we were taking a break, he pulled me to him and actually carried me to the bedroom, and he forcefully took off my clothes actually. Oh. And I was shouting, but then there was a time where I just couldn't shout anymore. I froze. And after that, I didn't even go to the clinic or police station or anything because I felt like I was not going to be helped because the damage was already done. Yeah.
So how long did it take before you saw Sister Teddy?
It took me about 2 months after I actually found out that I was HIV positive.
From the guy?
From that guy. It's not possible to collect evidence. You can only collect it before 24 hours. So.
Were they able to convict him?
No, I didn't even try because he knows people in high places, and who am I? Yeah, that's how I felt at that time. Now, to be honest, right now I've got self-confidence. Even if somebody comes up to me and does even the smallest thing, like tries to attack me, I've got that confidence back to actually say, okay, well, what you just did was wrong. You either apologize or we can't be friends anymore or whatnot. Before I couldn't do that. I would just keep quiet because I felt like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to be that person that people actually take their frustrations out of.
Hey, it is impossible to separate it from your personal feelings. I'm a very emotional person. I will just keep on crying in the corner.
And you don't have some sort of counselling anymore?
No. You have to counsel yourself and come into terms. I have been thinking also of leaving the field for so many years, but now, because of love and passion and loving what I'm doing, I'm still here. Because we work so hard. Ne? We are not recognized by the South African Nursing Council as forensic nurses. We provide service for 24/7, but we're not compensated for that, you know. So there are so many things that can drive you out of forensic nursing.
Sohlangana esubini